To tell you something heartbreaking, but it is graphic and could be inappropriate for children.
A young Clayton County mother and father have sued their OBGYN and Southern Regional Hospital after they claim the doctor's negligence led to their baby being decapitated during childbirth.
In the wrongful death lawsuit filed in Clayton County this morning, the couple claims the hospital covered up their baby's death.
What the hell?
Game to win. Game hard.
Hi, what's going on? Nick here. So, if you're just as surprised as I am, you definitely heard that right. A mother's infant was decapitated during a childbirth, and now she's suing the OBGYN. I've never heard anything like this in my life. Before we dive right in, please like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that YouTube stuff, but let's just get right into it, all right?
Covered up their baby's death. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from Southern Regional Hospital in Riverdale, where that death happened.
Good evening. What a sad and horrendous story. I have learned today that the Clayton County Police Department is investigating this baby death. And as for the parents, well, they're just too distraught to talk about it.
This is one of the most sad, egregious, and horrific situations that I've ever seen.
20-year-old Jessica Ross and her boyfriend, Travion Taylor Sr., have an unimaginable story. Their attorney says the young couple was full of joy and anticipation for their first child. They came here to Southern Regional Medical Center for the delivery July 9th. According to the complaint, doctors had diagnosed Ms. Ross with diabetes a year earlier, making her a high-risk pregnancy, but she consistently went to appointments while she was expecting. The couple's attorney says after about 10 hours of labor, Jessica was fully dilated and ready for delivery of Travion Jr. But according to the complaint, they say his shoulders got stuck in the vaginal canal.
What wound up happening after that is just brutal. Dr. St. Julian came in and she, in the process of trying to deliver this baby, pulled on the baby's head and neck so hard and manipulated them so hard that the bones in the baby's skull, face, and neck were broken.
Oh my gosh. What the... You guys, this is so... I've never heard medical malpractice like this in my life. This is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. And just look at this one young man right here, like his head is down, like he can't eat, he doesn't even want to look. This is totally unacceptable, you guys. I literally just had my first child back in July, so he just came out, and I can't even fathom this taking place. It's really sad. And for those of you who may be parents, let me just, matter of fact, let me just actually share some wisdom for you guys, all right? Please, as much as possible, if there's cases of complications that may take place, that's one thing. But if you can avoid it, please, by all means, have a home birth. Listen to what I'm telling you guys. But you gotta be wise, right? If there are complications, by all means, go to a hospital. But if you can, have a home birth. These doctors, it's so crazy that they spend about 8 years after high school, and you telling me that something that has been accomplished since the beginning of time, since Adam and Eve, they were able to have children. Majority of the early world, biblical, world, we had a whole bunch of people that hospitals didn't even exist. Children are born literally every day. And you telling me that after 8 years of schooling, you don't know how to properly deliver a baby, they definitely deserve to be sued. That whole hospital, truth be told, needs to be just completely shut down because it is a complete waste of everyone's time, everyone's money, if you can't even deliver a child in peace and safety. You telling me that you pulled the baby so hard that the whole skull was just crushed? What the hell? That would... and the fact that these parents are so calm, it only shows, it only testifies to their level of strength, because I would just be livid. I would be totally livid.
Face and neck were broken.
According to the complaint, that is when Dr. St. Julian called for an emergency C-section.
When the womb was open, the feet came out, the body came out, and there was no head. The head was stuck in the vagina.
The couple's attorneys allege nurses and medical staff at the hospital lied to the couple about what happened, discouraged them from getting an autopsy, tried to encourage them to cremate the child, and failed to report the death to the medical examiner.
They also did not report the death to the authorities of Clayton County or the Clayton County medical examiner. This report was made by a funeral home. And after the funeral home waved the flag and alerted the authorities regarding this, it wasn't until then when Dr. St. Julian told the family what actually happened.
Now, we reached out to Dr. St. Julian, but she declined to comment. We did hear from the hospital, however. Their statement reads, "While our heartfelt sympathies go out to the family, Southern Regional Medical Center denies the allegations in the complaint referencing the hospital. Since this matter is in litigation, we are refrained from providing any additional information. Dr. St. Julian is not an employee of the hospital. The hospital has taken the appropriate steps in response to this unfortunate situation."
So pretty much the doctor was given the boot and the hospital now is trying to save face. I totally get it. I totally get it. And, you know, to be fair to the hospital, I know I said earlier that the whole hospital needs to be shut down. To be fair, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other doctors, competent doctors that are probably working in that place. So, you know, maybe I retract what I'm saying. But how did this OBGYN, whoever this doctor was, how incompetent do you need to be in order to literally decapitate? This sounds like something out of a horror movie. You literally can't make this shit up.
We are live in Clayton County. Angelique Proctor.
Just so upsetting. Your heart goes out to that family. Angelique, thanks.
All right, guys. So you heard it. I would like to hear your thoughts. You kind of heard mine already. It's completely sad. I've never heard nothing like this in my life, in my entire life. And I just don't understand how we can just allow this to take place and there's not ramifications or some type of punishment or justice that takes place on behalf of the parents. I mean, again, whoever that doctor was, she needs to be taken care of and dealt with by the law to the highest measure, because this shit is literally insane. Anyway, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this whole situation? Anyway, you guys, with that being said, Nick over and out. The message sent. Jesus is King, y'all.